This is a quick review of the Schuyler Quentel. This is the ESV. And I bought this Bible in 2015, so I've had it now for 3 years. And I just want to give you my impressions of it and whether it's worth it for you to still go get one. This is the green one, which everyone was raving about and really is awesome. Cover's very nice. The inside of the Bible is really the selling feature even more than the cover. You got 11 font and you got beautiful paper. This paper is really special. The color is beautiful. The way they laid it out is very nice too. The references at the bottom, I mean, you can't really beat that at all. So layout is genius. Although if you use some other crossway Bibles, sometimes, like, I don't know, let's go to the certain sections here, like in the Psalms. I don't know, it's just certain sections, like it's almost like it's so justified, and they've made it so that it's all so nicely laid out that in some other Bibles you see the breaks a little bit better between sections and between poetry sections and narrative sections. So you don't really in this one they've smoothed that out so much, so it's very beautiful, but you don't make those connections as easily. Anyway, so that is very nice. At the back they have maps, of course. These are different though. They are not that crappy gloss paper. This is like a matte paper with beautiful color maps on them. So those are awesome. Look, you see there how the Bible's not quite flat right at the back. If you go to the front too. So it's not like I use this thing every day. I'm really trying to baby it because I love it so much, and it really is quite expensive when I first bought it here in Canada, because you got to pay a bunch of $50 just to import it and things like that. Anyway, so it doesn't lay, extremely flat, but it's not bad. I mean, it's amazing. The ribbons are fantastic. I love the colors and the quality of them. Of course, leather lined on the inside as well. So the Bible is the size of a small study Bible. I think it's like 1.5 inches or inch and maybe a little more than 1.75 inches or something like that. So it's like the size of a study Bible, but because of this large font, it's just a regular Bible. Now, one thing maybe that you haven't seen on other reviews is you really got to watch out for this beautiful, gold, the red and gold gilding on you. You see that happened from a raindrop, that mark there. So you do not want to take this thing out in the rain. Any water at all will cause some damage to it. So really, when you go into church, make sure that you cover this thing up, or just don't get it wet at all, because that will really wreck this nice stuff on the side here. So you don't want to do that. Now, these Bibles, they cost something like, what are they, $200, $220 or $200 on evangelicalbible.com. So, I mean, honestly, I think it is a great buy. Most people are so cheap and they don't want to spend any money on a Bible, but they'll spend thousands of dollars on rubbish and things that they shouldn't be buying. So, I mean, if you don't have a good Bible, you should definitely go get something like this. It'll last you forever. And this Bible's great too, because the paper's so excellent that you could really be drawing in it and marking it up with highlighters and different pens and things, and it's not going to bleed through. So definitely a fantastic Bible. I mean, one of the funny things about the Bible, it's a little big for my taste. Like if I'm preaching or if I'm up at the front there, I like to have a Bible that's a little thinner, something like 1.25 inches. Just helps. It's lighter. I can wield it around a little better. So this one is a little big for me. The other thing that maybe is a drawback of it is just because it is so nice that you want to protect it, and you don't really want to be just throwing it in your backpack or throwing it, just all over the place. And like I said, you don't want to get it wet, and you gotta, if you make this your everyday Bible, you can just have at it. But for me, I've kind of been treating it as one of my nicer Bibles, and so, I don't really take it everywhere. And also the other thing too is when you go to church with this Bible and you're sitting next to people I got people at my church who don't have a ton of money, and there they are sitting with their like paperback Bible that they paid $5 for. Someone gave it to them, and then you're sitting next to them with a thing you paid $200-300 for. So it just kind of is ostentatious in a way, and so maybe that's just me. But anyway, that's one thing you should consider too. If you have a really fancy Bible like this, you can almost become self-aware of it. So yeah, this is the ESV Quentel. It's awesome. There's a thin version of this in the NASB, so I think that might actually be a good buy just because it's thinner. And then there's also the personal size, which is like this, exact same layout, everything. Cover you can get in calfskin or goatskin like this, but also that font in there is 8.5 instead of 11. So that might be an even better buy if you really want to use this thing every day.